Wow, here it is. Delivery of the new 300 series, or one of our 300 series anyway. Unfortunately, I can't road test it as much as I want to because of this. Yeah, I'm not allowed to drive at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Mark to take us for a spin around the block and yeah, give you the first drive test impression of the 300 series VX. I'm pretty excited. So I'm in the passenger seat of our brand new 300 series. It's because I've done myself a bit of mischief on my leg. So I got Mark here. He's taking us for the initial road test. He's already driven this from Croydon to my house, so it's probably about 7 kilometers or so. He's got his opinion about it. I wanted to jump in quickly because, like I said, I haven't heard anyone else's reviews, and I really don't want to be tainted by stuff on the internet and stuff people say about these sort of things. So far, being in the 300 series, we've traveled 300 meters. Sitting in the passenger seat, feel quite strong. It doesn't have that 4-cylinder turbo diesel feel to it, where it's still that little bit toy car. It does feel like we're in something pretty solid here. As far as acceleration, I don't know. We're at an intersection. He's about to pull out, and hopefully, you know, we can get him to give it a little bit of courage just so we can feel that V6 twin turbo take off. And
please obey all traffic regulations.
That is really annoying. I can see. I wonder how we can turn her off. Initial experience of acceleration for me personally, I mean, it accelerates okay. The transmission seemed all right, the way it shifted through gears. It seemed quite nice, you know, not as clunky as the old 200, but as far as my first impression of, you know, 0 to 80 kilometers an hour, I guess there's a bit of room to move. Anyway, I'm going to jump in more into depth when I can actually drive this car and take it on some pretty big road tests. I want your impressions.
Please obey all traffic regulations.
Did she just come back on? It's switching back on.
The transmission is lovely. The transmission is really nice. I like the trans. It's bonnet shape. That's a bit of a worry. Like the bonnet's dancing around, and this is comfort-wise, I don't know. It's not very comfortable for me, but I haven't played around with the seats very much.
I am sitting in my own little comfy space designed specifically for the driver, and everything is here. Feel that acceleration.
I'm going to drop you off. I'll be heading straight back to work, get the thing on the dyno and see what it really makes. I'll put on the lie detector.
All right, well, keep us posted. Hopefully, yeah, you get this on the dyno and you can send me some videos of it on the dyno. I'll cut it together and hopefully have a video out soon. We've got our 300 series on the dyno. We carried out multiple runs. They're pretty much true straight over the top of each other. What is really unique and what is, yeah, a bit odd is that massive dip in power. So you can see it's dropped about 35 kilowatts, going from, if we draw a line straight across here, where it should be 135 kilowatts, it's dropped all the way down to 88. So obviously there's going to be some room for improvement there. We then pulled off the intake to have a good look at, you know, what we need to do, what we can modify, if there's any room to go.
Turbo 1, Turbo 2, intercooler brake, airbox, really small MAF tube.
This is Mark giving us a rundown on the exhaust system.
So there's the dump pipe straight off the back of the turbos. The turbos on these are what we call a hot V, situated in the inlet manifold would normally be, and there's the inlet manifold here. That's plastic. Yep. That's on the outside. Then we go down, we've got a big cat and a DPF all in one.
a little connector pipe, world's longest resonator. That thing there is about 4 feet long, and a straight through resonator at the back. This is Toyota sizing, 69 millimeters there, 73 millimeters there. I think we'll get some gains out of all this.
We initially thought this was a DPF, but lo and behold, what it actually is a noise cancelling baffle chamber. Have a look in there. Be great to see what we can do as an alternative. Here's a shot of the fuel tanks as well. So a few people have commented here and there about, you know, the fuel system, you know, whether you can have a long range tank or you know, if there's a long range or a short range tank, and there's been some real wacky stuff. They're 2 separate fuel tanks. You can have a look up here. In total, 110 litres. So hopefully I can get this mood off and I'll be able to drive the car and then give you some more feedback. The one thing I really want to know is how it behaves, you know, in suburbia, how it behaves up through some of the windy roads, you know, up around Mandaneyong and things like that, under brakes, acceleration out of corners. I really want to get my teeth sort of stuck into that and give you some real feedback. And another thing that I think is really important is how does it behave at 100 kilometers an hour on a freeway? You know, is it going to do some weird sort of, you know, downshifty thing that the 200 series does? Anyone who's driven a 200 series knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I want to experience that and give you the feedback of how that drives. Now, as far as the, you know, the initial acceleration, I want to give it a really good red hot crack, because genuinely my first experience of sitting in the passenger seat and 0 to 80 kilometers an hour, it was pretty underwhelming. But I believe that there really is room for improvement. And I want to give you my feedback from me actually doing it and not just being, you know, a witness to someone else driving the car. I also want to give you feedback of how the car handles as far as the steering and how the car brakes. Now, I know it brakes really well because as we were pulling up to my street, we actually nearly went past it, pulled up, and the thing stopped on a dime. It was really, really, really good. So I want to experience that. But I also believe that that's, you know, the brake system in it is really, 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 really good from factory. So I don't think there's going to be any problem with people towing caravans and things like that. Other than that, please like, subscribe, follow. If you've got questions, if you want me to do something, if you want photo, feedback, questions, you know, I've tried to go through this video and scour the Facebook pages and everything that people have asked as far as questions. Fuel system was, or the fuel tanks was one. People think it was a saddle tank. It's actually 2 separate tanks. So if you've got any questions about it, let me know. I'll see if I can jump in, film it, and just say yes, no, whatever the case may be. Notice someone asked about catch can kits as well. We're developing a catch can kit and we'll have one out soon. So like, follow, share, please subscribe. Really appreciate it. Thank you.